This
Yeah,
That's
conference
great.
will
What
now
can
be
you do about
recorded.
it?
I would get a professional lymphatic massage.
Okay.
Do you do saunas?
I do. My grandmother has one, so I go down every week.
I would do a daily sauna
Okay.
if you can, because that will thin everything out, make things move more when you're trying to move your lymph. And then
Okay.
when you're in the sauna, I would do the some of the lymphatic maneuvers. So that where you want to hit is right here, and then
Okay.
I'll actually go up to here, while I'm doing the va, and then when you do the E, you tap your neck when you're in the E.
What is
But now,
that? What do you mean when you
well, so when it's va, E. So now when you do this, when you're doing it, you're actually hitting it quite hard here.
Oh,
The thought process behind it is you clear this main drain because the main drain is here and it dumps into the stomach. So by hitting here and vibrating with your voice, you can move this stuff out. And then the tapping from here is to clear. Once this is cleared, then you can clear the neck into here. Does
wow,
that make
that's a great add to a massage. That's a great thing to add in.
sense? Another thing that y'all can add is you put your arm on the back of your head, okay, and then
Yeah.
you make your armpit clap with your hand. But that's after
Hey,
this and after this. You do this,
okay.
this, then arm on the back of the head, and you make your armpit clap. I don't know if you can hear how it
Yeah, I can
claps.
hear it.
I do it in the shower,
So do
but it's
I.
not hitting with force. It's about making that clap sound because that's clap sound is sound waves, so that's sending sound waves into your lymph nodes.
So could you
My
do it to somebody else? It doesn't have to be your hand, right? You could have somebody else do the same thing to you.
I've never had that done, but I mean, yes, yeah. All of these lymph tactics that you can learn through Perry, you can do to somebody else. And that's another one too. Clapping actually helps move the lymph in your arm.
Really?
So yeah,
actually,
so
I'll just clap away, clap away.
you
so
could do
actually, I have a
this,
question for you also.
then this,
Is
then
there is there anything I can do to open up my upper back? Like I actually can't get my arms up to my neck because my back is so tight that like I have no range of motion in my arms at all. I just noticed that like I can't.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I
there. So Rachel,
job, Rachel?
this is this is very important. You need to fix that because if you're not able that's why you're not moving your lymph out of your arms because if you can't if you can't do if you're so restricted that you can't do that in your thoracic spine, that's why nothing is moving up here. So what I would do is get one of those bars that
Okay.
you can hang in a
I have
doorway.
one.
And then if you have to stand on something, like if you can only extend this far or whatever it is, you want to slowly, um,
Like I can get my arms up here. I can't go any further than this. My upper back is my thoracic spine is so tight. Like if I try and lift my arms up, it hurts and my arms are so heavy and so tight.
yeah.
So what do you do?
So yeah, look at what Angela is doing over there. So if you hang from a bar, now now that's more advanced what she's doing. I'm not saying to do that right away, but just if you can hold the bar with your feet on the floor and then just
Okay.
open up that, yeah, so you can leave your feet on the floor. You can eventually do some kind of kung fu. Like,
I
but yeah,
have a magnesium question. Can I get
yeah,
back to magnesium?
Sure, absolutely.
So your your list that your vitamin list, I love that list. Do you like the idea? I do the magnesium L-threonate in the morning or like after my first meal, and then in
yeah.
the evening I do the glyphosate. Is it glyphosate? I think it's called.
Glycine.
Magnesium. Oh,
Glycine. Yeah. So that's what I do. I don't know if there's anything else, other magnesium I should be adding or doing it in a different order.
Well, yeah, right. So every magnesium has a different affinity. Was that Rondi that asked that?
she dropped off. She asked the question, then she dropped off.
But
I bet
that's
you
the
she'll be
same
right back.
magnesium I take is the glycine, whatever that is. That word is.
Right. Yeah, that's in Regenerate as well. So is orotate and citrate. Citrate is also in it. Yes. So
She's back.
ideally, you want to get all the different types of magnesium. The threonate has an affinity for the brain, so that's there's no you can't no matter how much threonate you take, it's never going to hit the bowels. So then you can experiment with raising the levels of magnesium in your brain by that specific type of magnesium.
Yes, Rachel must be taking that magnesium citrate because that's what they give you before you have your colonoscopy.
It is, and that stuff is awful.
Well, right,
Yeah.
and that's why there's three different kinds in Regenerate, because I know if I were to put too much citrate, then that would make one expunge their bowels. So that's why there's the other kinds which don't hit the bowels as much. But you
Right.
still want some to hit the bowels because, our intestines are much taller than us. They're just all folded up, and all those folds, you want those folds to relax sometimes. So
Exactly. Yep.
so you do
I have
want
a
straight.
suggestion, Rachel. I got that it's like tropical punch flavor magnesium powder, and I put it in water, and then I pour it in popsicle trays. And Aurelia eats them and they're really sour. It's like a sour patch kid. But she's addicted to sugar. But I've noticed when I just give her, she can eat those all days long. She's like, can I have another one? She'll have like five, and I'm like, I don't care because I'm loading her up. And I have noticed, Sean, her little dark circles are not as bad now.
Mm. Yeah, that's you don't want dark circles, especially at night.
Angela, can you send me the link to that powder, please?
Yeah, I will. And I'm also going to do blog posts on his. That's what I've been working on the back end of like how to kind of
So
make
how
where
much?
Ron, do you have like all of your questions and you can just search for them and find the answers with videos and stuff. So it's all just super easy to find.
And then
But
if I'm doing the L-serenate and the other one with the G, when do you add the citrate? At night or in the morning?
Well, the citrate, it's in Regenerate. So is
Okay.
glycinate and orotate. All three of those are in Regenerate.
oh,
All
so
right.
just generate.
Well, yeah, so you can just take Regenerate, but you know you can use more. So add some more citrate. But now the line where you want to stop adding citrate is when you empty your bowels. You want to back it down from that. And now the other thing is too. I think that if we're all trying to get to a higher level of health, sometimes you want to relax the bowels. So I don't
Right.
look at it as a bad thing. Just you need to be prepared if you're taking high levels of magnesium. You don't want to, be in a crowded theater.
Right. Or be on a bike ride.
So for your timing, the timing is when it makes sense for your life, where
I
you
mean, I
might.
do understand with me, like, I probably should have stuck to the prescribed dose only because we've been finding that they usually prescribe me mag citrate to do cleanouts before surgeries. We're not sure why this is happening, but I mean, normally, you go for a colonoscopy, you take like a capful of the mag citrate. After a couple of hours, it like the GI distress should stop. For me, it keeps going and going and going. I ended up the last time they made me do a clean out, I ended up hospitalized for 2.5 weeks because they couldn't get the diarrhea to stop. And they just kept giving me fluids and Imodium and nothing worked. And we're not sure why the magnesium is having that effect. So I
So
do
I,
understand the low dose they had given me, but at that low dose, it also wasn't doing anything.
So one of the things that if you can find a nervous system chart, if you look at a nervous system chart on what nerve goes through what vertebrae in your back, you'll find that some of the vertebrae go, or some of the stomach control nerves go through the thoracic. So if your thoracic is so tight that you can't raise your arms above your head, these are the places that you start. You need to
Okay.
get space in between those vertebrae so that the nerves that come out and then go down into your bowels, because you could be having a situation where you're so tight and compressed that the body can't figure out what the stomach is doing. And if it can't, if the brain can't control your stomach sphincter or some other part of your bowels, that's why everything is haywire in you. Don't forget, in between every vertebrae you have nerves coming out of the gaps. So this needs to be like on your list to fix right away. Get
Okay.
keep work, and then they make those back braces, or you can get 2 yoga straps. I mean, like when you're sitting, like I have a choice to sit right now. I can sit like this with my shoulders rolled forward, or I can sit like this with my shoulders rolled. And now look how much taller I get. You can see my hat now. You can't see my hat now. So in which stance do I have more space in between my vertebrae so that my nervous system can communicate with my bowels?
So I think that's the hard part for me is because my thoracic spine is so tight that when I roll my shoulders back, it creates so much pain that my automatic reaction is to roll my shoulders back forward to take away that pain. But you're right, I need to get those straps to keep myself back.
There's
And also
there's
pound on your chest and go wah wah wah. Wah.
well, right, but again, when you're doing that pounding on the chest, and when you're doing this massage here of the collarbone and this massage here, if you're sitting like this, that's not going to do it. You have to sit like this when you do it, because otherwise you're closing the drain right here by hunching forward. See that my drain is closed. Now my drain is open. So you don't, do you see the difference when I
I
when I do this?
do.
So, and now the other thing too is, I don't want to offend anybody here, but the whole notion of pain is just a signal to your body that something needs to change. So there's some pains that that's that's information. Pain is information. So that's telling you that you have to work that. It's like, so if you were, an animal in the wild, hunting and gathering and foraging, and you had a pain when you moved your shoulder, you'd be like, I need to work on this. I need to get
Right.
this moving again. So these are signals that you're ignoring, or that you're deciphering the wrong way. You need to be curious about the pain, move into the, now obviously don't go into where it's so sharp where you feel like you're hurting yourself, but get out
Ugh.
of judgment and into curiosity,
Does
into,
that include bursting into tears? Just spontaneously bursting into
well, hey,
tears?
our emotions are stored in our body. The notion that we have memories stored in our brain is absolutely incorrect. So as you open up your body and this lymph fluid starts to flow, you could very well
Oh,
have emotional releases. And the thing is, don't identify with your emotion. Emotions come and go. You are not the emotion that you feel today. The emotions go up and down, so you got to separate who you are from the emotions. But when you are going through a detox, and when you are opening things up, these are where your emotions are stored. So don't be surprised
right. Oh, that
if
makes
you,
sense.
for no reason, feel angry or sad, or
Sad.
you have a swirl of emotions that you can't even decipher. And by
Right.
trying to decipher what that swirl is, you are prolonging your experience in that swirl. So it's like,
Uh,
just instead of trying to get analytical with how you feel to try to
get
change
back.
how you feel, you just accept where you're at, and
So it's
then
interesting you say that, Sean, because in the Irish language, we have a saying that is when you're feeling sad or you're feeling angry, you're feeling stressed, instead of saying, I'm sad, I'm angry, and making it your identity, we say, the sadness is on me or the anger is on me. because that
Yeah.
implies it's something that can be taken off, that can be removed. It's not your actual identity.
Yes,
That's
and
great.
Hindus believe in that as well. So that's yeah. Yes, that's wise. And then the other thing too, if you want to take it a step further, thoughts don't originate in you either. You are the area in between your thoughts. Thoughts come in from the ether. You hold the ones you want, you ignore the ones you don't want.
Exactly.
Comes from God. Are you gonna
Right.
write it down and do it or not?
Yeah, so I would get one of those back. You can use yoga straps, but they make a harness that will hold your shoulders back.
I've
I
got
would get
one.
one of those Amazon. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
they,
buy one right now then. 'Cause I mean, like, my whole upper back and neck are so tight right now. It just, the pain is unreal at this moment.
well, yeah, so
This is the
when you are experiencing pain, make sure that you breathe deeper.
So
Breathing deeper.
that's why I was asking you, because that's the problem, is my upper back is so tight, I cannot get a deep breath. And I don't know if maybe I'm panicking myself, but the tight, like, it just keeps feeling tighter and tighter. I feel like at any moment I'm just not going to be able to breathe.
Well,
I
yeah, that's very panicky situation anytime you can't breathe. But now what I do is if I discover a tight spot in my body, I try to breathe into it. Because as your breathing muscles get stronger, you're expanding your diaphragm down and you're expanding your body. When you take a deep breath, your rib cage should expand in all directions, and then that can unjam the stuff that's jammed. Does that make sense?
It does.
You need to breathe into the pain, not stop breathing as soon as you feel pain. You need to change your body's structure to get healthy. If your body is that jammed where you cannot raise your arms over your head, the very first thing that you need to be working on is being able to move your body all the way. Because if you
Rachel,
can't,
try laying on your bed and then put your arms up over your head and let the weight of your arms drop down.
God.
That's a
that is
great idea.
that is a great idea. The only thing that I would do one modification, go over a couch arm, and then in the
Okay.
Oh.
beginning, don't start like this. Go over a couch arm with your arms at your side.
Okay.
First, focus on getting the shoulders back
Yeah.
over the couch arm and then the head back. And then once you're comfortable there, which because of the condition of your neck right now, Rachel, I have a feeling arms at your side, couch cushion, curling back like that will probably cause you pain.
If
I
you
Work
think it
have
that.
an
probably
arm
will.
on your couch, I don't have a couch with arms, so I just use my bed.
Yeah, you can do
Just make
that.
sure to hook your feet so you don't fall
The,
off, Jackie.
yeah, yes, and then well, that's more advanced. That is better, Jackie, and I'm just saying that's a little bit more advanced. And for somebody who's as jammed as Rachel, to start with the couch cushion and the arms at the side,
Do you
what you're
have a
doing.
couch? Do you have a couch with arms?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then you can start like this, and then with bringing the head back, and then once that feels comfortable, then bring the arms like straight up, and
Okay.
then try to bring them back. Does that make sense?
It
And
does.
then do it slowly, and then
Okay.
also make
And
sure you're going back with
sometimes you have to reach over and pull your arm back up because they feel like
that.
they're going down back there, and you have to go like this and pull your arm up. See, I've had five
Or
back surgeries, so I mean, my back, anything I can do for my back, I have learned over many years. So
Yes, yeah, and
or
that's great. Another thing, like you can get yoga blocks too, Jackie. You can put one yoga block underneath your sacrum, and then lay on the ground with just your sacrum elevated by a yoga block.
yeah,
You can put some underneath your back too. Um, yeah, there's a lot of different ways to get the back bend. You want to get the back bend in because we're so forward dominant.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the other thing too. And then when you're going back, pay it pay attention before you bring your arms back what your head is doing. You want to
Okay.
always do everything that has length. So if you're jamming your head in and then going back, you want to try to get length in the neck when you're going back, even if
Oh,
that means that you have to shorten how far back your arms go. Having that length in your neck is very important because there is a way to jam your neck and go back further, if that makes sense.
it does.
No
I think that's what I may have done last week because I started to do that exact exercise, but I realized after you said that as I was doing it, I had my chin like completely tucked down
Yeah.
into my chest as I was doing it.
So
Wait
what
till you
you're
get a
doing,
Charlie. Wait till you get a Charlie horse in here.
but you're exactly right, Rachel.
Painful.
If you're holding this tight and you're curving back, you're curving from lower in the spine, not in the thoracic, because you're holding the thoracic and the cervical tight, and then all of your bend comes from the lumbar.
And that's what it felt like. It felt like it was in my lumbar and not in my upper back at all.
Right. So, yeah, a more advanced move would be envisioning that you have a tail coming out of your tailbone and then trying to put the tail in between your legs because
Okay, all right.
that'll take out the lumbar curve and put more curve into the thoracic.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna start doing that today. Thank you very much. 'Cause, man, it just this tightness has been around for almost a month, and I'm at a point I can barely move at this point.
Right, and
You've
your lymph.
inspired me too. Go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
I was just saying, and that's why your lymph nodes are jammed because there's no space
Yeah.
for it to get. So this, this when you can do it.
Okay.
This when you can do it. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The order of operation is this. First,
This.
do a lot of va-e with the e here,
Uh,
But like
and
that's
then
the thing. Like I can get my
What's
arms
the
here,
noise for the here?
but
We have a
with
word
my
for
arms,
here, or are we?
do this. Do
with
this if
my
it's
arms, with my arms in this position, like I feel like my back is like my rib cage is like coming around to the front of me from either side, and
try
just
this.
tightening and tightening and tightening.
Try this then. You can do the same motion with the arms crossed if that's easier.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
much easier.
Yeah, so start with that.
Hey,
Cross them.
Rachel, you've inspired me because you know I'm gonna do some crazy dance move with swords that gets you up and doing that.
I do.
So to do it the traditional Chinese medicine way, just to recap. So
This,
this,
this.
this, and
Hey, everybody.
then this.
Yeah, I can't do that one
Okay.
yet.
And then
Yay,
tradition, and it's about making the sound, the clap, and then here's the ba, 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 and always
Four
trying
now.
to and always trying to get length when you're doing
I
it.
gotta move my
Holy
boobs
crap!
out of the way when I do it.
After I did,
That's
after I
right.
did,
I
and
know
did the
Rachel's got the
vibration.
same problem. We gotta go a little higher.
Yeah, you can go a little higher. You can play with and then go up into here. I go up right underneath the collarbones on both sides too.
Sean, by
And
doing this and doing the vibration just now, that's the first deep breath I've gotten in over a week.
There you
yeah,
go.
Holy
Amazing.
because
crap!
Awesome.
mucus in the lungs and having a hard time breathing, that's your lymphatics over full. It'll start dumping into your lungs. That's asthmas too. So
Drink
that's
some
why,
black seed oil too.
yeah, black seed oil would be great.
I got mine.
I got mine too.
Now,
I
I
just
got
got
mine.
mine yesterday.
now, when you're doing this, like if you do this in a hot shower or a hot sauna, do it 20 times. I mean, it can be
Okay.
exhausting belting out va-e, especially if you don't use your voice a lot. But you can do this 20 times in a row. The traditional
My
Chinese medicine.
neighbors will be calling up, going, "What the hell?"
Hey, hey, but then when you're more vibrant, then who cares, right?
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
traditional the traditional
Can we go
is
back and listen to this recording, Angela, so I
Yes,
can
nine
yes.
get?
I
nine.
recorded it too late.
I hate that. I hate this. I have to jump off. I have a Zoom I have to be on in like a minute.
Rachel,
Sweet, you can watch it.
9 rounds. Nine
Okay.
rounds
Oh,
of the whole thing.
Thank you so
Okay,
much, Sean.
that's what we'll
I.
be doing. We'll let you know how it works.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the thoracic and the back.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Do
But
new Macarena.
So since this is recorded, and I think Rachel might come back and watch it, I just wanted to.
Yes.
One last thing that I'd like to say to her that hopefully she gets to hear is that it seems to me that her structure needs so much work. That's why she's sick.
Like, keep
Yep.
giving her more medicine.
Well, that's why but that doesn't work. You have to
We
fix.
know.
If you
Yeah.
can't do this, you must do this. So it's the
You got
structure.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once her structure is fixed, then all of her illnesses are gonna
I think so too. She really, every time she tries something, she feels better, and then it only for a little while, and then she feels bad again, and then the doctors give her a new diagnosis. So
go. Yeah, right. And that's the thing. All these new diagnoses, this is
kind
all
of
a
scary.
money. It's a
Yep.
money grab.
We
Uh,
Right.
know. All right,
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
feel
jump off
great.
too, Sean. Thank you for coming on. You're such a big help. We need all the help we can get here. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
Seriously. Thank you,
And then
Jackie. God
Thank
bless.
you, Angela. I'll see you next week, or I'll
I
catch
love
you
you.
soon. All righty,
All right.
bye
Bye.
bye.
bye,
there
um,
was
Bye,
bye, Angela.
Rondi.
You recorded part of this,
I
so
did. I started a little late. I
yeah.
didn't get the fun in the
No, but
very
he
beginning, but yeah.
redid. But Sean redid all the exercises, so it's inside of Mighty Networks, the recordings then?
I'm going to upload it into Mighty Networks, mine and his, so you have it. And
Okay,
I
great.
found the AI that you can put in there, and it'll cut the little teeny clips for us. Yay, me.
and
Cool.
and then the last thing, of course, after all of those movements is the deep breathing.
Yeah. Well, okay. So that's the other lymph node. Where are the other ones? So that's the navel to breathe.
Now,
Is there any other?
there's thousands of lymph nodes in the body.
Uh,
But the biggest one is left is well, the biggest drain is right here. That main lymph node is actually on your spine, right in front of your spine, like an inch or two above the navel. So that one you're
right.
only influencing with deep breathing.
And
You're
then anywhere else on your body that you need like to in a massage to focus on?
okay, so this, va e, then clap. So it's about making the sound, right? Then then here, then here, then the backs of the knees. The backs of the knees are a big lymph choke point. So you do the backs of the knees. Um,
Oh, by cupping them like that?
yes.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. So the
Could you
backs.
imagine? This is why they make fun of us when we're walking around just clapping on ourselves and we're eating meat and drinking milk and we look great. Like,
Hey,
y'all need some
you
medication.
our media has been hijacked for a very long. So
Seriously.
then there's a lot of big lymph nodes in the groin.
In the
So
what?
the groin. There's a lot of big
Oh,
lymph nodes in the groin too. So you can't really
where?
make that clap. Um, it's like so from your navel, you have your
Yeah.
two big leg arteries that go into each leg. So
Okay.
along those arteries, there's a lot of lymph nodes. So if you feel around the that path, then it's
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
like it's kind of like um, you know how like if a dude's really ripped, how they have that like muscular
Yeah.
V that comes down just to the
Yep.
outside of those muscles is where you can tinker with lymph nodes,
Ah,
just to
cool.
the outside. Um, yeah, and so there's a lot of lymph nodes near the groin and the pelvic. But
Rondi.
those you'll influence like you would influence with this. That's more of a
Right.
massage. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess you can
rubbing.
I could probably make mine clap a little bit here. Not too much though, but yeah. So tapping, massaging, essential oils. You can rub in some
Your
essential oil.
serum, your serum.
I'm working on it. I mean, I got a lot of things in front of it, but it will be
Yeah,
it
you
will be
do.
coming.
I put it
You know,
up for pre-sale.
yeah. If I get a bunch of buys, I just I have
What's
to look
the
at
what?
what to put up
What
for
is the
that.
serum
I'm
gonna do?
scared.
What's the serum for?
The serum is it's for everything. So it's just a cannabinoid blend that you can use anywhere.
Oh,
So you can
gotcha.
eat
Yeah.
it, you
Use
could
it
put
with
it
massage.
underneath your tongue. You could put it underneath your tongue, you could rub it on your ears. You could if you have like pain in your foot, you could use it for pain in your foot. It's just like an anti-inflammatory wherever
Also slippery, Ron. Wink, wink,
What?
wink.
and and slippery.
Oh,
Also
uh,
slippery. Wink, wink. So it could be
okay,
used for
got it. I
massage
got
or
it.
other
I
things.
got
It's
that.
designed
And
you
then,
could also you could give it to your pet. It's designed to like just be used anywhere, anyhow.
so we could use it for arthritis. Like I have the arthritis in my
Yeah.
finger. But I'll be honest, I bought the diatomaceous earth. I haven't used it yet, but I've been taking this life extension bone health, and I think that's helping it. Because you were
Bone
talking
house,
about, I don't remember which one it is, but it's life extension. It's a bone one supplement.
bone restore.
I think so, yeah. And when you were talking about pain, I was like, oh wow, my pinky hurts, but like you said, like you cannot let the pain. You've gotta, like you exactly what you said. We have to breathe into that pain. And
Yeah,
it,
you
yeah.
pain is just yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pain is oftentimes just a signal that you need to work on something, not you know. But so many of us are avoidant. I'm looking at the what's in this thing. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're in your bone supplement. It's vitamin D, it's potassium, calcium, magnesium. It's there's a lot of stuff in here that would work. I don't believe you want to take vitamin D unless you don't get enough sun. If you're not getting enough sun, then vitamin D is number one. That's the number one thing you need to take.
Right, you said that.
But if you are getting a lot of sun every day, you don't want to take vitamin D because it can diminish your natural production. Because vitamin D is actually
It's what?
Vitamin D is what?
vitamin D
Vitamin
is
D.
actually a steroid.
What does it
Yes,
do?
Oh.
it's vitamin D is a steroid.
Oh, okay. Steroid. You mean the synthetic one is?
Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
gotcha. Oh my
So
God, that's
when
terrible.
you take vitamin D, if you are also getting a lot of sun like I do, it can shut down your natural production of vitamin D. And your natural production of vitamin D has metabolites. So it's not just one kind of D, it's many kinds of vitamin D. But if you're
Okay.
not getting sun, you definitely need to take vitamin D.
Right.
The sun creates vitamin D with your mitochondria.
Got it. Yeah.
So,
I don't get
so
enough, so I take it.
yeah, that's very wise. And if I'm in the winter time or if I'm getting sick, and like sometimes when you get sick, you stop going outside, which is counterproductive, but I do it too. Um, I'll take the supplement. I use Solgar. Solgar has a 20,000 IU version of vitamin D. A lot of brands are 3,000 IU.
Oh, by the way, I ordered finally because I was able to get the Isadora stuff and the glyphosate to get my kid off sugar. And I told her, and she's super excited.
Oh yeah.
She-
Well, yeah, yeah.
And I
Well,
would
I
like to
was.
know what that weird thingy-majigger is. If you'll tell will you tell me what those items were to help me get my kid off sugar and that little root beer dropper thing, root beer flavored thing that you
Oh,
put
what
in.
I
It was.
suggested is the magnesium because you're already making off.
Okay, will you say it again? I'm gonna mute Rondi. She's a little loud. Okay, say that again. To get my
What
kid
I
off sugar.
what I suggested was the magnesium L-threonate fruit punch, and then I suggested mixing in glycine and isocytol, or not. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I've already sent you the link because all three of those things taste very sweet. So you could give somebody the mouth experience of sugar. You're not going to get
Hmm.
the body and mind experience because sugar sets off so many chain reactions in the body, but you'll at least have the mouth feel and taste.
Well, I'm separating. I'm gonna try separating them. I did the magnesium, like I said, in the popsicle, and that is a huge win. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Because
want
that,
to make some of those popsicles too.
yeah, she loves them. And then now the next one, I want to play with the however you say it, the isocytol and the glycine, and maybe put it
Right.
in
Glycine. So for an adult man of 200 pounds, you want to do 3 grams before sleep. So that's actually a tablespoon of glycine. So, for a child, use your
teaspoon,
judgment.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
That's
I mean,
before bed.
but also glycine is an amino acid. It's in steak, so it's not like I mean I can't. It's an amino acid. You're not gonna like overdose on
Yeah.
amino acids.
Well, with me, it's the only time she's gonna get anything actually healthy.
Right,
So I try to jest her
right.
with as much as I, you
I've
know.
read in the literature that you want 10 grams of glycine per day for an adult male. So,
All
but of
right.
course, glycine is also in steak. It's in chicken. It's in protein. It is
Well,
a
it really is.
protein.
Your advice really is helping. I'm gonna jump off. I have an AI meeting about you, literally. So, Rondi, the plan is to like all these questions, you can just type it in, and then he'll come on and answer it for you. And so
Okay,
so
great.
that's
Yay, Yahoo.
I make it just super easy, and then you get his regenerate and loot, and then make a loot lounge. I mean, it's real simple. And then we go to Costa Rica with him and do ayahuasca. I mean, let's go.
I'm watching. I'm watching about that too. Yeah. Thank you so much. You have been with Mike, and I'm headed to the drive shack for a golf thing right now for work.
Nice.
All
Well,
right. Thank
Sean,
you.
we want to go to
What?
Costa Rica. Me and Rondi want to go to Costa Rica.
Wait, well, we're gonna see how October and November go with everything. If it goes
All the
well,
yeah, it's like here we
February,
go.
February. Um, and then I know we're jumping off here, Angela. You're immediately going to the AI.
Bye.
Yeah. So I can here. I'll stop recording. Bye.